everybody, and welcome to today's Wednesday show. It's the Duckhook show, and there is so much to talk about. Well, I mean, like Silver Lakes just happened, Thursday league, and then a few days later was Akasia. So we got a lot to review. So stick with us. I'm looking forward to showing you all the stats and everything you need to know about the tournament that you played in, the tournament that you featured in. We had a repeat winner. So it's for the first time, not for the first time, in a long time, that somebody went back to back. And then we've also got a new winner that happened at Akasia, but we'll break it all down. And there's more. We've got the singles match play that we're going to update you on. And then the draw for the teams. Yes, it's finally here. So we'll know who takes on who next. And that is not the only thing. Then we're going to have a bit of a look at a bit of a handicap adjustment. So if you think that you played so well and now you play so bad, maybe you get some shots back and then you'll be back in the game. So stay tuned for the next hour. We'll try our best to get everything in. We're not alone. As usual, we have a stellar cast. We've got Frikkie, also in the same vibe as me. Frikkie.
Lekker. We're in the war room today, eh?
We're in the war room today. Yes, we're playing around today. As you would have seen, Kieran already said, nice new opening. Things are getting upgraded. And this is the one we're going with the background today and might change. And Donnie will hopefully have a background next time. And then Ryan said, oh, if I knew, I could have had a background. So maybe next time. Hello, gentlemen. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Thank you very much. And I suppose happy birthday to Wayne as well.
Happy birthday, Wayne.
Happy birthday, Wayne, Ryan.
Wait for it.
Dankie almal.
Sing, someone sing. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
Blow harder, guys. Whoa, there we go. We blew the candles out. Very good. You guys look nothing alike anymore. Who would have thought you were twins? What happened?
Exactly. I got married Wednesday.
You got married and you got fed.
Yeah.
Donnie, how you doing?
I'm very well, and you, Maz. Thanks for having me on the show again.
Absolute pleasure. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Today I was workshop bound the whole day, fixing some clubs. So yeah, it's been busy. I'm blessed. Let's just say that.
That's very good. Good to hear. Ja, meneer.
Meneer, just ask Donnie one question. Has he ever made a 10 on a medal play in Duckhook?
No.
Did you do it outside Duckhook?
Shut up, man.
Just before we came on, Donnie was telling us about a 10 he made at Modderfontein, and we said, what? Did you go missing? Did you fall in the lake? How come? What's happened, Donnie?
I'm human. That's all I can say is I'm human. It can happen to me as well. So it's like I just thought I'll do a little bit of a tin cup reenactment, but yeah.
I think you mentioned something about 2 balls going in the water.
That's correct. And just heading for the wrong green, like 50 meters longer than normal.
Jeez. That's terrible for a scratch handicap, but come on. Let us go to the chat line because we've got Hansi watching. Hello, Mikey's, and we've got Karen watching. Hello, all of you spectacular people. I think he's talking about me. Yakumin says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yakumin, I hope you're happy. You know what I mean. Ricky says, good evening, ducks and duckettes. Gerard says, hello, Mana and Manina. Nika Kruger, hello, duckies. Brian, evening, ducks. Happy birthday to the sons of the great golfer. That is Louis Jensen. Jenny's watching. Evening all. Vickers is watching. Hello, Vickers. Ricky Pereira, updated countdown screen. You are not wrong. Well done. Paul, quack. I saw, Paul, that you just updated your birdie list. Unfortunately, it was just too late for me to update it for the show. So we know that you've got an extra birdie. So if you're on the group, have a look at how many birdies you've got now, or just tell us. Lucas, nice to see that you're watching. Mark, the champion, is watching via Facebook. Kieran, you're right. Countdown is there. Rudolph is watching. Martin, Guabus, Hansi again. I featured on the tee sheet for both rounds last week. Okay. And we go. Happy birthday, says your dad. Eddie says, happy birthday, Wayne and Ryan. So lots of birthday messages. And Ian's watching. I haven't seen his message in a while. He says, how's it? With his partner, Frana. No, that's Fats. Sorry. Hello, Fats. Welcome. And I did see something from Gary all the way from not this country. Yay. Are we ready? July is done, everybody. July is done, and we're moving on to August, and these are the August tournaments. We've got some great courses for you to look forward to. We've got Woodhill on the 3rd of August, which is 2 weeks, two Sundays away. Thursday at Royal West, that's going to be a treat. I haven't played Royal West in a while, so I look forward to it. It normally treats me well. And then Reimsig, we return to Reimsig on a Sunday for those boys who haven't played Reimsig in a while, because we have had it on our Thursday league calendar already. I think we might have started at Reimsig. Did we? Yes, Jamie won. That's right.
Yeah.
And don't forget, they will feature once again for the Summer Cup. Let me give you some insight. I went to Reimsig today and to see the venue, and they were very generous enough to give us the entire bar area. So you know where we normally sit after the Thursday? So they've given us that whole area exclusively for Duckhook, so we can have a proper awards evening, a proper kayer, and a bar to our disposal right there. And they've got multiple screens, so I think we'll elevate our awards. So don't forget, everybody's welcome for the Summer Cup. There will be no qualifying, because we want to see you all there, and we want to see you all part of a good way to celebrate the end of the season. Hey, Flicky.
Absolutely, Mazza. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you for that, by the way, for all the effort. I'm looking forward to Reimsig. I know that the bar area and the Kuier area is awesome. It's a good nick as well. The course will be great because Reimsig normally plays lekker there. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's going to be a great end of the season. And you
Should
know,
be
it's
good.
halfway, and we're talking of end of the season, eh? So, time
Dude,
flies, eh?
it's halfway, and I'm already booking next year's calendar. Let's not get. Let's just throw that out there. I've already got 5 courses in already. It's Malachite.
Absolutely.
The Open. Who watched the Open? I watched so much of it. I watched it, and I was so impressed with the coverage. When you got money, and when you got like 7 cameras on the 18th green that you can cut between before the guy even hits a putt. I'm very jealous. It was great, and it was great to see Scotty was in a different league of his own, Donnie.
Yeah. No, it's like as soon as you saw him on day 3 leading, the field, it was crazy. I started watching the round when he teed off, and he literally went, I think, from 5 shots to almost 8 shots in the lead, and then I knew it was like tickets for the rest of them, because once he gets a lead like that, he's unstoppable. Nobody can catch him.
But how is his recovery? It's unbelievable. Not only him, the amount of people I saw in rough that is rougher than rough. Get it out and put it on the green and close. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's like I was quite surprised with how many American players were up there. I really thought more the European guys would dominate the event. But also, if you take how the 4 days span out, that first day, there was almost no Americans on the leaderboard, just Europeans, but it was overcast and literally that last day was such a perfect warm day with a slight breeze. Couldn't have asked for anything better. So, I think the big question is going to be if he can win the US Open next year, because then he's got the Slam.
Wow, already,
so that's already, I think, the talks of the town.
Fricky, I got some stats for you, because your hero is...
Yes.
And most of us, of our generation, our hero is Tiger Woods.
Woods.
Just to put in perspective, numbers at the stage at Scotty's at now versus what Tiger finished on. Just to put it in perspective, if you youngsters are watching out there and you don't know who Tiger Woods is, have a look at this, okay? Tiger Woods, consecutive weeks at number 1, 281. Scotty's at the moment on 114, and he's been dominating for the last 3 years, okay? Let's move to the next one. Total overall weeks at number 1. That's astonishing. Tiger, 683. Scotty's on 149. Most consecutive wins with a lead after 54 holes. Tiger, 36. Scheffler, 10. Moving on. Consecutive cuts made, 142 to 60. Overall PGA Tour victories, 82 to 17.
Yeah.
Major victories, 15 to 4. Most wins in one PGA Tour season, 9. He's got 7, and Tiger did it more than once. I think he did it like 4 or 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Boys, It's horrible to see. And the way that Scheffler continues, I wouldn't be surprised that he gets the slam and he's like, I'm bored with golf. I'm going to do something else. Because he keeps saying, it's nothing. You win and then it goes away and we carry on.
Maz, if you listen to his one interview after, or I think it was during the Open Championship, it almost came down to say it's like, golf is just golf for him, and as soon as it starts almost interfering with his family life, that's when he's going to stop.
Yep.
So, again, it's like you can see he's a very big family man, and that's his core values. So we all hope actually that it doesn't interfere with his family life, because I think that's going to be the closest person to come to beating some of Tiger Woods' records
ever.
So I really do hope that he plays for a long time. And if you think he's only 29,
Tricky.
Yeah, look, I mean, I saw an interview of Rory, for instance, and he mentioned that Scotty is obviously a family man, and he's got this thing, where I think it was actually Jordan Spieth. Come to think about it, they were talking that outside golf they still promote and they do certain things. Where Scotty is like he's cut off. So he plays golf, he's in golf, and then after golf he's with his family, which is great, for that generation to try and just distance itself, and he doesn't need to promote anything more. I mean, just himself. He plays the game for himself and no one else at this stage.
Yeah.
Where other guys to maybe look at sponsorships and promote, just to get something extra, but he doesn't need it.
Many monies. I think Hansi said he's got a lot. 29 has got 110 million in this day and age. Ryan, did you watch some of it? Were you impressed?
Yes, I did watch it, and one thing that amazes me is that he's so comfortable with winning already that his demeanor on days 3 and 4, he just carries on as if it's just you watch him and you think he's in a social round, not at a competition. That's how he's just enjoying the game, and therefore I think is why he would choose his family before. Because I remember there was it was a big tournament as well, and a week or two after he pulled out one of those events, he said, "No, I want to be with my family. I don't want to play that tournament." And I remember the PJ had a big boy about it, but yeah, I mean, it just shows you that his golf is one side and his family is one side, and I think that's the perfect combination that he has.
I can tell you, there's a lot of golfers out there thinking to themselves, I can't even win one. What is this like doing? Now he's like bored.
Exactly.
Donnie, we had a nice day last Friday with you in a build-up to the Open. We played the first 3 holes of Royal Port Rush's course. How was the day?
Yep. Yeah, it was actually quite lekker. I would say it's like definitely a more of a success compared to June's one, that we had on a Wednesday. So yeah, the turnout was lekker. It's like the gears was lekker. It's like at a stage, shame it's like a couple of guys had to wait because there was other people in the studio hitting. But yeah, overall it was. I think it was a great turnout. So yeah.
Fricky was also there. I've got a bit of a video. It's not very long, so check out what happened on the day.
How's it, guys? I'm Phil from Schickson. We're here at Golf Concepts and we're doing the Open Challenge. So what we're doing is we're playing the first 3 holes here at Royal Port Rush, par 4, par 5 and a par 3. And what we're doing is we're testing out the new ZXR product. Let's see what's happening inside here.
I say, Frikkie! I say, what a shot, Frikkie! Groot fight! As?
Yeah.
What you taking?
I'm hitting this brand new thing. If this thing goes straight, I'm buying this.
Okay, cool, look. We're gonna watch this one, watch.
Like I said, he's buying it. Credit card machines here. That wasn't a bad shot, considering it's like pin high. But yeah, it's been actually a lucky day. It's like the leader of the 2 holes is 6 points, which is Mazzo. So it's going to be quite interesting to see the final scores.
And what were the final scores, Donnie?
Matt, top of the head, I think you had like 9 points. So you are the winner.
I'm not
Yay.
impressed. Why? I think that is the second hole. I had a 3-putt according to Trackman, and you had a 1-putt, and that's why you pipped me. So I'm
Correct.
not impressed, actually.
Hey, listen, I got a new
But-
Strixon
but-
cap and a whole dozen golf balls. I'm not complaining.
But Fricky,
Well-
remember, it's like on my phone, I've got Trackman as well. So it must have seen you putt on the golf course before. So that's why I gave you the 3 putt.
Yes, for sure. I agree with that.
Fine.
Gentlemen, Silver Lakes, Thursday League 7 happened. It was nice to go back to Silver Lakes, nice and early, but wow, the course is still in a great nick. The greens were fast again. The course played tough. Donnie, you were there, so you can jump in with your opinion on Silver Lakes. It was tough. And if you look what the final score again, and yes, it's not a typo, Riyadh won again. There he is. Can you believe it? And he's won on -1. Let me go to this page quickly just to put in perspective. Riyadh -1. Jamie Sherry, who was second on the standings, came even. And then Jason, who's leading the standings, was +2. Barry Venter +3. Jaco Jacobs +3. You were +4, Donnie. Karen, well done on the top 10. Tied 7th on +5. But you can just see from this is not an easy golf course, eh, Donnie?
Yeah, no, definitely, Mazza. The day started off a little bit chilly, when we all teed off. And I must say, I think the first 5-6 holes, there was actually no wind. But towards like the halfway stage, the wind actually started to pick up. And, I felt towards the end of the round, it actually got a little bit more. I think that also affected a lot of the guys' play because, I remember my last couple of holes, I had to sort of like adjust for wind, when aiming and everything like that. So, but overall, the course was like for this time of the year, I think the course was really good.
Riyadh was very surprised that he won because not many people win on -1. And he only played because he had to go to an early meeting. So when I phoned him, I'm like, dude, are you still here? And he's like, no, I've left. And I said, you won? He said, no, it can't be that I've won. How can I win? I only made 37 points, but you did, sir. I don't know where did he start? I think he played with Hansi. Hansi, what side did he start in? But he made 15 points on the front nine, which is average. But at 22 points, and look at that, a 38 on the back nine. And the back nine is the hardest nine out of the lot. And he managed to pull it all together and put a great score together. So what does that mean? That means he went back-to-back because he won Krugersdorp, Donnie. Can you believe it? So, amazing.
That's correct.
Frikkie, we were talking, and we're thinking there has been people who've won back. You won back-to-back, but it's not back-to-back because you won back-to-back on a league game, a league series, league.
Yeah.
Right? But he went one game to the next. The last person I can recall doing that, and this might be before some of you were born, was Gideon Richter. I don't know if you remember that, Ryan, if you were doing the stats back then. But he won at Glen Vista and Danefern back-to-back.
Yeah. That's the one I remember as well when I was doing the stats. I was also thinking Gideon was the one. It was actual back-to-back, Thursday, Sunday, or Sunday, Thursday.
Yes. Hans says Riyadh started on the 1st and played with PJ. Oh, there we go. Well done, Riyadh. Yeah, Donnie?
Mazza, wasn't Leon van Aarde also maybe a back-to-back winner, if I remember correctly?
Van Aarde hasn't won anything.
No, Leon van Aarde, his back-to-back was from one golf course, the same golf course. So we played there. I think it was also Danefern. He played there 1 year and the following year. He was managed to get it back, but it was not back-to-back.
Sorry, Leon, I did you a dirty there. You have one. It's just been a while. I'm sure you do a victory. So very well done to Riyadh. He's got, by winning both, let's just throw this out there straight away, because I said the guys who will take on in the Strixon Challenge will be the person who makes the most ranking points in July. Well, that was pretty obvious. If you're going to win 2, you're going to get the most ranking points, because I think he won 1,400 points in the end of the day. So he's going to be joining Dana Paramal in the Strixon Challenge against myself and Ricky Hendler. So that would be great fun, and we'll see how that goes and see if the Team Strixon can keep it up and win another one. So this will be decided when we're going to play. So well done to you, Riyadh. If you are not aware, that is the story. Let's have a look at the 4-Ball Alliance on the day. Vieja, PJ, Riyadh, and Granville took the 4-Ball Alliance only on 81 points, which is not a lot. It just shows you how difficult it was. They had 2 7-pointers in their 18 holes. Nothing to write home about, but it just shows you when a course is difficult, then the 4-Ball Alliance scores are going to be much less. The pins, Donnie, you took the third. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, that was actually. I think I hit a easy 9-iron, and it landed sort of middle of the green and rolled a bit forward. So, like I said, I was 2 meters away from the pin, and unfortunately left my putt in the throat for birdie. So easy par, but yeah, it was was on the pin the whole time. So yeah.
Did you explain to Josh that now what the point of sponsoring a thing is from himself?
So the funny thing is that we were playing together on the day, and he had like a semi-horrible 8th hole, and he hit this cracker of a shot. It actually landed on that sort of mound on the right-hand side and spun back to the hole. I think he was like a meter, 2.2 meters. It looked closer than that for me. But then he ended up, I think he 4-putted that, or 3-putted, one of the two. He didn't make it, and he didn't make his pot. That I can tell you. And then Lukey on the 16th. It's like 1.2 meters as well. That was also a very good shot when I went past there. It was.
So Josh, enjoy massaging yourself. I think he gave it to you, Donnie.
He gave it to me. I actually saw Josh also yesterday. He came to change a couple of grips, and so it's like we spoke about it. He said I just need to give him a shot and then book my session.
Maybe he can help your subtlety so that you can go from a scratch to a +1.
Yes, it's like I don't think it's a subtlety that's the problem.
Yeah. Let's rattle through the rest of them. The best of the par 3s. Carl van der Meulen, -1. Willem Fourie, -1. Well done to you, gentlemen. We're making 9 points on the par 3s. Donnie, you are not there. I am not there. So let's move on. Well done to the rest of the characters. Let's go to the best of the par 4s. Riyadh took the best of the par 4s with -3. Well done, 23 points. Jaco Jacobs, nicely done, off his 8 handicap, -2. Jamie Sherry, -1. Rudy Pretorius, who's making a run up the standings, I can tell you that much. He's taking it very seriously, putting a lot of practice in, which is great to see. Donnie, you there on even. And then, the rest of the boys underneath that. The best of the par 5s, I can't actually remember one. There's, Paul Vallenkamp, because he can probably reach -2. If only he could do that on more holes, he might be able to win one. But he came close. Bernard Schulz, even, well done. Bobby, Kevin, Reichard, and Wade. How was that? Off a scratch. He got even. My word. That's not bad. Donnie +1. But we expect you to feature on the best of the par 5s, Donnie.
Yeah, it's like I made a stupid blunder on the one hole, but yeah.
It wasn't a 10, eh?
Don't forget, for those who haven't played Silver Lakes, we've got it in November on a Sunday league. So the guys who didn't manage to play Silver Lakes, you will get your turn. Don't you worry. And then we'll see how the stats compare. I'm sure the greens will be a bit slower. Here's the whole ranks. The first hole was the hardest hole, which is strange because that's not the hardest hole in the world. The easiest hole was the 6th, which is also not the easiest hole in the world. Is it? Interesting.
It's a par 4 up the hill.
Yeah. If you look at if we have to throw in the Duckhook corner there, the 3, if you combine them with 13, 14, and 15, here we go, with the hardest section of the golf courses. The par 3 13th, I added to this hardness because I hit it in the water, right? And the par 5 14, I hit it in the water, and the par 4 14, I made it 6. So I probably contributed to this entire thing. Where did I drive, you asked? Left.
Yeah, because you said you could hit it straight, that in water.
Yes, but I was playing so shit up to that stage. I was like, please, God, let's not lose another ball because I murdered away a whole sleeve of balls in 3 shots. I'm going to hit a left. Because if I have to hit another one in the water, A, I'm going to run out of golf balls, and B, I'm probably going to walk off the golf course. So I hit a left, and I hit a great drive, and that was the last great drive. Great drive. Great drive. I walked off with 0. Yes, that place,
Sorry,
that place. Hansi says, nice eagle for Mr. Valenkamp on the 7th. Very nice.
That's a 4-pointer. Yeah, correct.
Very nice. Phew, what is eagles? I can't remember what eagles is. When's the last time you had an eagle, Ryan? Have you had an eagle?
Yes, I've only had like 2 in my life, so yeah, no, long ago.
Just only 2. Well done. I've only had 2. You make it sound like it's like,
Yeah,
My one
I
was
think I
with
also
you,
had-
Phil. You were with me when I had my one. At
Were you?
Huddle Park. I drove the par 5 in 2. I was lucky. It was forward tees.
Fricky, how many eagles?
I think I only have 2. I think maybe 3, but yeah.
You see, for us, I can't hit it very far. It's hard to hit it green. I'm not even going to ask you, Donnie, because you don't even know. You probably got 1 million. This is what the standings look like. Now, what I've done is because I want you to kind of see how it's all moved. Because Jamie Sherry, on tournament 5, and we're on 7 now, he was leading. Grant 2nd, Jason 3rd, right? And then what happened? It kind of switched around because Jason had a good run and he jumped to 1st. Jamie went to 2nd and Grant down to 3rd, right? So after this tournament, because now Jason's leading by 4 points going into Silver Lakes, Jamie had a great round and pulled back 2 points. So now the league is standing at 2 points difference, which is fantastic because this is what we want to see. We want to see it finish close. Grant is still there somehow. He played with me and he was shocking, but he's so far behind. I don't think he can catch me. To be honest, I think it's a 2-horse race. Paul is there, 203. Rudy made a big jump, 109. Kevin, 109, tied with him. Leon Oosthuizen still there. Donnie, you asked me, am I still in the top 10? Yes, you are. You're still in the top 10. 198. So Leon Oosthuizen must be 192. No? What? Why are you there, Leon? I don't know. It must be one. It's confusing. Typo. Never mind. Riyadh, 9th. Lukey, Janssen, 102. Cool. And then that is Thursday. So we move to Royal West next. So if you haven't booked yet, please put your bookings in so that we can move into tournament 8 as it all gets very, very tight. Are we ready for Akasia, gentlemen? Here we go with Akasia. Well done, a very, very well done to Mark, who took the victory on -5. He was on -8 at a stage, and then the nerves kicked in, and he finished on -5, 41 points. Well done, Ricky Pereira, for finishing 2nd. He was very happy. A pre-birthday gift to himself, -3. This will get him into the Players' Championship when he's really, really trying to qualify for a major, and he's made it. Fats Collett's another good round. He played with Ian, and Ian is a bit of a bunny. Whenever he plays with Ian, he shoots lights out, and at least he didn't play a singles game and beat him by 10 and 8 again. Henry Vermeulen, good score. Stefan Lombard, good score. Ryan, you're right there, +1. I'll get you to talk about that. Brendan Fenter was leading going into this, also put a good score together. Fricky, you played with me. You played okay. I think you played worse than what a +2 is, if that is fair comment.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I recovered very well, to be truly honest. And then obviously just that last hole where I made it blackout. I think it was your fault because you hit your straight out of bounds, and then we all had to follow you. I think we had like 4 out of bounces on that one. So yeah, it would have been. But yeah,
Let me
the striking
explain.
was much
Yeah, good. Let me explain. Do you know what chapter 4.2.1 says of golf?
Tell me.
Thou shall fade it all day.
Except
Thou shall not fade it on the last when you need to fade it, because suddenly you will drew it weg. And we all proceeded to drew it weg. All 4 of us had a tee off again. We slowed up the whole field because we had to now hit 8 tee shots off the 18th. Sis. You know that rule on
Who was the 4 ball?
myself, Fricky, Dino, and Andre Wessels. We all play with the fade. Except the 18th, we all play with the draw.
I think you guys.
and then we
I think you guys need to do a down for us for that. That's
Oh,
the
shit.
first time ever that I've heard of all 4 Oaks hitting an OB off a
Awful.
tee box.
Awful. Oof. Oh, that looks
But-
beautiful. Wait, it's going that way.
It's
I
even
need
more
to say,
scarce
I
than all
also
four being on the fairway.
Yeah, you were just out of bounds.
Yeah, just this.
Fair
This was
play,
mine,
Flicky. You could have been that oak and said, it's in bounds, but you're out.
You could see my eyes. I was like, Mez,
Yeah, you were sitting looking at
please."
me like this. You're just going like this. Look, it's in bounds now.
Out is out. Out is out.
Exactly. That's what she says.
So well done to Mark. Ryan, I'm going to get to talk. You played with Mark, so you take us through his exceptional round. Tell us what went right. And, yeah.
Well, Maz, the question is, what went wrong? Very, very little with Mark. From the first hole, he had a great tee shot, and he started from there. I think when he parred the first hole, he sort of had some sort of feeling inside him, because by the time we got into the second tee box, he was already opening score capture and watching the leaderboard. And from there, every time I was entering the score after each hole, before I would complete, he's trying to refresh the leaderboard, asking, "Hey, have you updated? Hey, have you updated?" Because he started watching himself. And I think for some reason, that must have driven him. But let me tell you, that guy was hitting straight balls. His short game, when he was chipping onto the green, he was getting him so nice and close. If he had a long putt, he was boxing the putt. It was just unreal. The guy was just, it was nice to see. He was so on form. I know he's been working on his game and that, and Sunday at Akasia, that definitely did show. He had 1 or 2 holes where he had a bit of trouble, where he had like an unfortunate branch or something that was in the way that unfortunately clipped the ball a little bit or so. And then close towards the end, he did start getting nervous. I think when he realized that, look, there's no one can really catch him now, and he's got the shots, he tried to make himself feel relaxed, but I think the nerves were still, I don't know, worse than what he's trying to get himself relaxed or so. So he did let the nerves get the better of him. But yeah, no, he had a great game. His short game was exceptional. I think that's where the whole thing was. And I think at Akasia, if you've got a good short game, then you can definitely win some shots over the course there. So I think that's what helped him there. It was absolutely great to see the guy play so well. And,
It's so nice that it all came together. I'm still waiting for one of those rounds.
Yeah, no, definitely.
D?
Yeah, Maz, if you look at that scorecard, I think what's quite impressive is he had he made 2 proper pars on holes that he double stroked, which gave him 8 points on those 2 holes. And then all around that, he had a couple of normal pars, which gave him 3 points. So I think he capitalized, just on a few good holes where, he played well, he got the points. Obviously you can see the last couple of holes. Like Ryan said, he was stressed because you could see it was a blowout, 1.3 points or something like that. But it's good golf. It's great to see. It's like Mark playing so well.
Yeah.
And that's it. To those par fours where he stroked, where he got those 4 points. You won't believe it. He had slightly errant tee shots, but his recovery shots was so great that from wherever he landed, he put it back onto the green, and he gave himself 2 putts for the par every single time.
Well, at least he liked the greens. There's some people who didn't like the greens. I struggled. Even Hansi, putting at Akasia was a difficult part. It was. Boys, if we're not used to fast greens by now, we'll never get used to fast greens. I can tell you that much. Brian says, no time to listen, which is his team match play team, because he's a partner with Mark. He says, well played. Riyadh said, good evening, gents. So Riyadh jumped in late. Riyadh, if you jumped in late and you haven't kind of watched the show from the beginning, I just want to show you that by winning both of the league games, you are into the Strixon Challenge with Donna, and you're taking us on. Lekker. Now you know. Flicky?
Without sticking your way, how did you find the greens? Because there's a reason why we'll have the follow-up question.
It wasn't awful, but I didn't putt well. I left stuff short. I didn't hit the line. So my putting probably let me down more than what the greens were difficult. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. Then the follow-up question is, how many birdie putts did you go for, and what did you end up with?
Oh, I can't remember. I think there was 2 occasions I had birdie and I walked off with a 5.
Yeah, 2 birdie putts and you walked out with double bogeys.
Double bogeys.
Bogeys,
my friend.
bogeys, yeah.
Yeah, no, I putted crap. Donnie?
Donnie?
No, I just wanted to make a joke and say it's tricky. Like I found the greens quite quick, slick, and rolling true.
I
Really?
found the
Maar jy
greens
was
quite.
Hy was nie daar nie.
I actually found the
Hy praat
putting quite nice there. It's actually quite good.
Vimpy is as
Yeah,
bad
I
at
think-
putting as I am, because Vimpy also says 3 putts, 9 3-putts, sis, and 1 4-putt. Yeah, Vimpy, come on now. So you struggled.
Hy's not too handicapper, eh?
Mark says, thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure.
So that's it.
Right, let's go through the rest of the stuff. Anything else to say before we move on? No.
Lekker.
Lekker.
Mas, a quick thing. How was the overall condition of the golf course?
Good. I thought it was great for the.
Yeah,
I'm going to say
absolutely
this about a lot of the courses. For this time of the year, let's think about it. Winter is almost finished.
Yes.
And so many of the courses are still, you walk on them and the grass is still nice. The fairways are relatively green. They're relatively squashy. It's unbelievable. I mean, all we need now to make a perfect year is to get rain early and the golf courses to go green suddenly. And then, what winter?
Exactly.
Exactly. No, exactly. I must say yes.
Best of the par threes. Yeah, not best of the par threes, the par 3 winners.
Yeah, so we've got Vickers Lee with 1 meter. He did complain last week about his back, so I think that will sort him out now with Mr. Farrell Cullen.
I think it was his bum, not his back.
Oh, is it his bum? Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, I missed that part. Anyway, so par 3 ninth, we've got the 6 on voucher there with Leon Oosthuizen, 1.5 meters. I don't think he got the putt. And then par 3 12, I've got the Obscura voucher, 1 meter. And I added that to my little birdie count.
Yeah.
I have been asked as well. I want to mention this quickly. I have been asked by a couple of guys as well if they can join us for the Obscura get together. So, Mas, if it's okay, we'll do it next week, Friday. So, whoever's got the Obscura vouchers, come and pull in. It would be nice just to celebrate and do a little bit of a promo on that side.
That's awesome. I think it's a great idea, Flicky. If you've got vouchers, we'll put it out in the group. If you've won an Obscura voucher for close to the pin, let's just all go together and we can have a nice Friday evening next week. Support George and his incredible award-winning cocktail bar. There we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mooi.
Lekker.
And it's not only for the guys with vouchers. If there's more people, then we'll take as many as we can. Well, let's fill the restaurant, but that means we need to decide now already. Best of the par 4s. Holtzy, Justin, Fats, Simon Harding, well done. 87 points, minus 15. Very good. Nice to see that you guys played well. Like I said, Fats played with Ian. Fats is asked to play with Ian every single round going forward because then he might just win the player of the season.
Yeah, that
Best of the par 3s. Ryan, Mark, your partner, took another one, minus 2.
Yes, he took another one there with Marius on minus 2, as you say. And then I myself did minus 1 on the par 3s. The par 3s were actually quite, I don't want to say, nice to the day. And then I see Ricky and Simon and Vickers also on minus 1 there. And then Barry, Stefan, and Vanessa all on even there. And then Andre Vessels and Fats on plus 1. So it looked like the par 3s were the worst holes for Fats.
Let's give a good shout out to Vanessa Meyer for being in the top 10 of the best of the par 3s. Well done, Vanessa. Great to see you. That was your 3rd game, and soon, you're going to be right up there. Best of the par 4s, Mark, once again, but this time he almost lapped the field.
Yeah, almost there. I see on minus 6 he got there on the par 4s there with Fats behind him with just 3 shots behind there on 3 under. Fricky, you there on 2 under with Henry and Wayne also on 2 under on the par 4s there. And then we got Gerard and Jenny and Riyad and Ricky all on minus 1. And then Brandon on even there. Looks like the par 4s were the friendliest holes for the day.
Yeah. Just to, if you go back to that graphic, if you look at who finished second again, Ricky Pereira. Look at that par 4s. He started 1 pointer and then he went 3-3-4. 0-3-0-3.
Sure.
That is great.
Wow, yeah, that is great.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Wayne, because when I played with him at Silver Lakes off his 8 handicap, he was horrendous. He was just as bad as me. I think he might have come close to last. And then Akasia, a few days later, off the same handicap, he was like in contention for a lot of it. He was under par for a lot of it. So, to be able to play so bad and so good in the space of 3 days, that's impressive. Best of par fives.
Absolutely.
Henry Vermeulen, -2 with Stefan Lombard, -2. He was very impressed with the golf course. 3 points, 3 points, 3 points on the 8th, 14th, and 15th. Ricky Pereira again, -1, just to add to his second place finish. Nobody else. Well, not nobody else. Shout out to Jacomin. Well done, Jacomin. Even par. Tied 7.
Just a quick thing. Just a quick thing. I would just like to mention that there was a different lady on each of those
was there?
par 3, par 4. Yeah.
Oh, Jenny was
That
on the
was
par
Vanessa.
4s.
Right.
Jacomin.
Yes.
Well done, Jenny.
Look at that.
Best of the ladies. Best, and she was, after 9 holes, she was right there. I saw her in the halfway, and I said, Jenny, hey, focus. You must focus. That's all I said, and I left. And she was like, shit, I must be in contention. Ian says, I will invoice Fats for every round. He should pay for your round. That's what he says. Hansi says, I will join the Kayer at Obscura. Awesome.
Yes.
So we've got at least 5 to go. I know George doesn't watch the show, but George, I hope you got a nice room for us, because we're coming. We're coming. Whole ranks. Here are the whole ranks for Akasia. The first, which is the par 3, was the hardest hole. I can understand that. You know, your first shot over water, you're still cold. Could be interesting. Most people would have probably made a 4. Your average was 1.24. Second hardest was a 4th, which is the other par 3, surprisingly. The par 3s all played hard, eh? They're all low ranked here.
Yeah. Well, the first par 3, I put 2 in the water.
So you also contributed to this whole thing.
Yeah.
The hardest hole on the day was the 8th, which is that par 5. Yes, that par 5 is not like a... Because it's kind of like in between. Donnie, what did you do in that? You didn't play, sorry. Never mind. Here's the Duckhook corner. Par 5, 14, 15, 16s were the hardest part of the golf course. So that's at par 14. There's a 2 back-to-back par 5s, and then the par 3.
Yes.
Surprisingly, because if I show you what last year at Akasia, it was on the other side of the golf course, which was that long par 3, the funny par 5, and the 6. So the whole thing turned to the other side. Very nice.
That's interesting. Because if I remember correctly, it was also a morning tee off. So that's quite interesting.
Akasia are kind enough to let us tee off early. Yes, we all get there going, what the hell are we doing here so early? And then at the end we said, it was nice teeing off early.
Yes, always.
Yeah, exactly. So the standings after 7 events is Brandon Venter has now pulled out an 8-shot lead. 8 shots.
Yeah.
You're looking right. So it's for him to lose if he just keeps going. So his +2 is very, very important, because don't forget his handicap has also come down by like 4 or 5 shots. So he's put in a lot of effort. So it's paying off. So currently your Josie captain could be Sunday League 2 captain when it comes to the team shootout. Khaled Abruda is chasing him down desperately. Sudesh is still there. Dana Paramal 4th on 203, but also so far behind. At this, if you look at it like this, it's a 1-horse race, unless Brandon completely falls off the bus. Gerard Bezuidenhout is tied 5th. Jaco Jacobs is there. Jenny, nice to see you in the top 10. Mark made a big jump up with his victory and his 41 points. Henry Sim is there, tied with Graham. Graham comes into the top 10, that I can tell you. So it looks like the Sunday League 2 is a lot to... I wouldn't even say a lot to play for, but I mean a lot of points to catch up.
Yeah, look, mate, from my point of view, I've seen how a 20 deficit could be caught in, a span of 3 or 4 games. So, I know that it's a lot, but, don't write off that 2nd and 3rd place at this point. Anything. Money and I will know.
But somebody's going to have to make a 42-pointer somewhere.
Yeah, but
if he plays...
We'll see.
Go for it, Don.
No, I just say it can happen. Gerard can come out the next game. It's like you said, shoot a 40, 41 points. Everything just clicks, and then all of a sudden it's like there's a little bit of pressure on the top there, and then Like we all know, pressure can do funny things to a person,
Very
especially on the
funny.
golf course.
Correct. Like
That's
hit
and
4 tee shots out of bounds.
correct. And keep in mind, there's a couple of guys that can easily shoot a 28, 29 points as well. I mean, take me as an example. I've had that a couple, and just have one or two of those games, and it flips big time, eh? So yeah, hope it doesn't happen, but it can.
So it's the end of July. That means this is what the July play of the season is looking like. Jason is now leading with his third place finish at Silver Lakes. He's gone up to first place at an average of 174 after 18 rounds. Jamie Sherry is now second. Bernard is still hanging in there from dear life, but wait till the end of the show. I can tell you now that he's going to get 1 or 2 shots back. And we'll explain why. So that might give him a chance to keep competing because he's putting in a lot of efforts to try and play extra games to win the play of the season. Ashley Herman's there. He's in 4th place. Grant Nell in 5th. Stefan Enrit in 6th. Jaco Jacobs. Brandon Fent is also going up. Mark, well done. You've jumped into with an average of 118. Harold Abudo is still hanging around. So this is what it looks like with only August, September, October, and November left to go. Overall points for the Strix at Hamper at the end of the year. Jamie Sherry is leading that with 3,204 points, and Jason 3,100. So their finishes at Silver Lakes has earned them a lot of points, and to become the first to breach 3,000 points in the Duckhook League. Well done, Fricky. You are there. Well done with your 2 wins. Jaco Jacobs is very impressive, because he hasn't really won anything, but he's still up there. But it helps when you play a lot of games. Grant Nell is also, surprisingly, still up there.
Mazzo, just a quick thing. Can you go to the player of the season average again? Just want to mention something there. Yeah, this one. So just keep in mind, Fricky should be there. I am 3rd. I am chasing. So, I don't want to not see my name.
I'm
But
missing.
yeah, I should be. Yeah, I
I'm
should be
missing.
157 average points. Yeah.
Maybe
I must
it's
just
okay.
say, I like.
Maybe I was looking at
I
the
like.
wrong thing. Yeah.
Sorry, Don.
I say I like the sheet without Fricky there.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways.
Mazzo, I just need to mention one thing. So I've got the comments of all the boys also next to my screen here. I think Gerard Snyman's got the best chirp of the night.
I just read
He
it.
says Ricky's backdrop looks like they're in the same jail.
You know what it looks like? We can take it one step further. We look like we're something out of like an Avengers movie, and we're the bad guys, and they've kept us in this cell. Hey, Fricky.
Yes.
Come here.
Maybe there's a surprise for next year,
We'll probably change this for next week because we are playing around, and I'm sure I can find something better. Right, match plays. Let's go to the singles. We did the draw last week, and there were a couple of empty spots, but that's been decided. Plus, there was one game that was played at Silver Lakes. Kunra Pretorius played Jason Ivans. Jason took it 2-1, so he moves through to the quarterfinals. Kevin Ho still got to play Donna Perimal. I'm sure they'll play at some point. Myself, me became the second best, second place of the thing, because we needed that extra one to make the 16, and it was me. Lucky me. Ian and Justin at Akasia tried to get in there, but they did not get enough points. So I'm taking on Vickers. Sudesh is taking on Fats. There's a change in this next graphic. Martin takes on Jacobus Erasmus, but Jamie Sherry in the group with Stefan Enrit and Kun Senior beat Kun Senior, therefore tops his group and will take on Gary Mansfield. So whenever that is able to play, and I probably think that will be at Royal West, because Gary likes to join us for a Thursday now and again, that game will happen. So yay, we're moving swiftly along. Henry is playing Francois Scholz, and Rudolph is playing Grant Nell. Right, now we want to know what happened with the teams, because we've done the draw. So we're ready. We're going to go through the teams now. This was Group A, just to remind everybody. There were 6 in this team. This was the Thursday League group. Dikuna, Sultan of Swing, and Quiver Boys went through. Sultan of Swing took on Predators at Silver Lakes and managed to beat them to move to 9 points. So those 3 teams are through into the draw for the round of 16. We look at Group B. Group B will be finished-ish by the end of the month because there's a lot to play for you. Because let's not forget, I know Gary's watching. Gary, there's one team that goes through as the worst, not the best third place out of all the groups. You're currently in it. So if Group B, if all shots go nowhere and Tiff and Taff don't get a better points difference than you, you might go back in to the draw. So this group means a lot. So Tiff and Taff and all shots are playing on Friday. If Tiff and Taff win, they go to 9 points, right? Therefore, all shots need to play G-spot and then to fight it out for second place. So there's a lot that can happen here, but it needs to happen quickly because a lot of depends on this group and the draw. Group C, Bogey 4 go through with Swinging Siblings. Well done. You're through into the draw. Group D, Rusty Clubs and Mad Mollards go through. They did play against Shankaholics, and I think Shankaholics won, but it wasn't enough. So they are through into the draw. Then Group E, No Time to Listen and Bowler Locks. They were one of the first groups to finish. So they are waiting with anticipation to see if they go through. Group F, Sinbin and Dwigba, we go through. Greenside Gents, you will see it's all the same, but we beat them on the head-to-head. So that's how it has been decided who goes through. But fingers crossed, maybe Greenside Gents can have a lifeline as the best of the third places. Pin High and Ketty and Clip, they go through. So what are we going to do now? We're going to do the draw. I need to put this screen on for you and take that out. Right, here we go. Because I've got the Viliki, same as we did with the singles. It's going to spin. 4 will come out. I'll gooi them on, and we'll know who will be taking on who as we go. Here we go. With the first spin. Dun, 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 dun. Who's adding the music to the spin? No one. Dwigba, which is my team, myself and Louis. Who do we take on? Dun, 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 dun.
I'll vote. Let's go Kuna. Go Kuna. Go Kuna. Go Kuna. Well, nee, hier's naby nie.
Penai, Ian and Frana. So Ian, we're up against you. There we go. Now you'll know what that cryptic message meant. If you look back. Swinging Siblings. No. Rusty Clubs.
Rusty Clubs.
Yes, Rudolph says, where's the guy counting? But if I play him now, then this block's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sinbin.
I say, Sinbin.
Mooi. So, Group A is going to be Dwigba versus Pin High and Rusty Clubs versus, not Group A, what am I saying? Round of 16, match 1 and match 2. Sinbin will take on the Rusty Clubs. Mooi, ne? Mooi. Okay. The sooner it happens, hey, I'm going to urge people to play private games because we are running out of time. All right, this is for the next page. We've got Group B2. Yes, Group B2. They will be taken on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No time to listen.
No time.
Then the next matchup is Group B1.
Group B1. Yes.
So we'll know this soon. And they will be taking on.
That's the Dana
that's
Rudolph
the Dana group.
Eh?
So it could be any of them, Bogey 4, which is Ricky and Glenn Williams. There we go. So Group B2 will take on No Time to Listen, and Group B1 will take on Bogey 4. Lekker. Moving on to the next page and the next matchups. Ian says he caught that, so he knew. I gave it away. Dikuna. Dikona. AKA
Quiver boys.
They're taking on Quiver Boys. So they're going to be playing each other
Really?
again because they came out of the same group.
Oh,
They got to take each other on again. Rematch. I don't
all right.
I don't know who won it the first time round.
how's
Then we
that?
got
Baldies.
Goldilocks, which is Fats and Andre. They will be taking on Donnie. Where's your
Soldiers
group?
of
Your
Swing.
name's not coming up here, Donnie, or Fats. Oh, not Fats, Fricky. Best third place.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shut up, man, he says. So we
It's
got
ugly.
Dikuna, still got it wrong. Crever Boys and Baldelocks will be take on the best third place finisher. So the third place was either going to be Gary or Granville or one of the Group B teams. Right. And the last, those are names left: Sultan of Swing, Swinging Siblings, Mad Mollards, Kitty and Clip, Swinging Siblings will be taken on. Well, this is going to be obvious after the next spin what this is.
Yeah.
They are taking on round in and round and around Mad Mollards. Mooi.
They're going to take old Cappy on.
There we go.
Jenny and
So
them is going to take old
Swinging
Cappy.
Siblings, you're taking on Mad Mollards. And Kitty and Clip, you're taking on Sultan of Swing. To go into
The
the
top
quarterfinals.
affair there.
What is a fair?
No, I say the top game is a family affair versus family affair. So
Oh, yeah. That's everything there. Right. How much time we got? Not much. We're moving on to the handicaps, and this is probably why everybody's watching. So thanks for watching all of this stuff to get to the handicap. So what's happened, Mr. Ryan? After so many months of playing, there was a cap. Then we reevaluate because let's put things in perspective. There's some guys, and we know golf. You know, you play well 1 month and then you're absolutely rubbish the next month. So some guys would have got exceptionals in January already. That is kind of messed things up a bit for them. So we've kind of gone through a system where we're looking at everybody and say, right, do you deserve to have your cap lifted? So take us through your calculations.
Oh, I'm going to have to try and take this very nice and slowly. Guys, will just bear with me so I can get this correctly done or so. But any questions afterwards, please do let us know.
I do have examples, which we'll put after Ryan. And then if you want to know what your handicap could be, you can ask. Go for it, Ryan.
Maz, I'm wondering if you should put up an example. It might be a bit easier to explain like that. Then I can go through with the values that you've got there and then keep it like that. Can you put up an example? So
I can.
It'll be easier.
Right, let's do this. I'm going to put up the first example. And the first example is going to be Bernard Schultz. Let's remember, in February and March, he went and shot absolute lights out for somebody who never practices or does anything. Shot lights out, and this is a result.
Yes. So what happens is on Duckhook, as we know, we have our Duckhook handicaps. With this year, we had starting handicaps. And then throughout the season so far, you've had what you've managed to get your lowest handicap. So in this case, with Bernard Schild, his lowest handicap ended up to be an 8 handicap that he has, that we can see over there. And then currently, you would have a current Duckhook handicap at the moment, which is your actual handicap, but then obviously we have this cap that's involved as well. So if you are capped, then you'll have your current handicap, which is then implements the cap should you be capped. So in Bernard's case, his current handicap is 14, but he's capped at 11. And then as you can see, that last 10 average means that with the calculation, as everyone knows, your last 10 games is what's considered with your handicap calculation. So what we've done is with that there, we've got an average that he's been getting an average of 26 points. So you can see he's been playing about plus 10 with his games. So I mean, he hasn't been playing to that 11 cap handicap. So what we've done there then is his actual handicap is then 14, which we're giving back that to him because it's higher than his cap at the moment. So his handicap will then be 14, which will then become his cap as well because of the current being higher than his cap at the moment. If his current was now lower than his cap, he'd then keep to his current handicap, but then he'd be allowed with his continue with his current cap. So I hope that sort of explains it.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next example.
I just
and
want to
see if I
jump in here. So
can-
you see his DHG has been playing off 11 because that's the cap, and his Saga, if you just took his Saga at Akasia, was a 15. So you can see
Yes.
this discrepancy. So now he will move to a 14. So he gains 3 shots. So his 14 is the cap. So Bernard, if you're watching, you have now an opportunity to invigorate yourself to try and get back into contention for the player of the season by getting these extra little shots. We've got Enzo next. Enzo, player of the season, who was so good in 2024.
Yes, with Ian, you can see his lowest handicap for the year was at 13, but yet his current handicap is his lowest handicap is 13, so his cap becomes. Let me just pull up his one on the sheet here as well. I've just got more info on my sheet as well. Let's bring that up. Sorry, that took a moment there. Okay, so he's started. His lowest was 13, and he actually started with the 13 this year. So his current handicap is actually capped at 16, where his actual handicap for Duckhook is 18, but he's been playing off the 16 because of the cap. So then, therefore, his handicap then becomes 18, and his cap then remains at the 18. So in his case, you can see he's now got additional 2 shots there. And then, like the Mayor just mentioned earlier, his Saga would have been 18 if he had have played off his Saga there. So yeah, so in Ian's case, he gets 2 shots and his new cap becomes 18.
Nice, Ian. 2 more shots for you. Let's take Jamie Sherry, for example, who's doing very, very well.
With Jamie, we can see he also had a lowest handicap of 7, and his current handicap he calculates to his actual handicap for Duckhook is 10, but coincidentally, his cap is also 10 because the lowest was 7 plus the 3 is the 10. And you can see his average has been 32 points. So in this case, Jamie doesn't get any shots or so. Let me just pull that up.
Says a 10 because he
sorry,
hasn't had a bad. He's played well. He's played to his 10 or improved.
Yes, he's played to his 10 or he's improved. I mean, as you can see, his average has been 32 points.
Okay. Frecky Barnard, do you get any shots? No.
No, you guys don't like me.
No, we don't like Fricky. Although Fricky gets to keep his cap though. So Fricky's lowest handicap that he had calculated this year was 8, and his current calculates to 10, which he's been playing off his 10. But because the lowest was 8, with his 3-shot cap was 11, so in this case, Fricky then retains his cap of 11, and he keeps his current 10 handicap at the moment. And as you can see with his average, he's also been averaging over 30 points, which then at least shows us that Fricky, you've been playing pretty semi on the 10 handicap.
Let's move to the other end of the spectrum with a higher handicap player. Here's Cobus Kruger.
Cobus Kruger, I hope you're watching because I think you'll be a bit excited here. His lowest was 25, and so he was capped at 28, and he's been playing off 28. And as you can see, his Saga would have been 32 if he played at Akasia. And with that, now his actual handicap being 32, he gets his 32 handicap, and he's capped to 32. So, which means, Cobus, you get 4 extra shots going forward.
Yeah. Well done, Cobus. A little bit of extra practice, and you could just be in contention. Right, let's move to another person who played very well at the beginning of the year, and then golf happened. Gary Mansfield.
Yes, Gary. I think this is also another one that's going to be very happy to see this. Gary, his lowest was 10 that he managed to get to the season so far. So he was capped at 13, as you can see. But his current calculation, actual handicap is 17. So he'll then get his 17 handicap now, and the 17 will become his cap. So as we can see, it gets adjusted to 4 shots going forward.
Ryan, you've done it. So let's have a look at your example.
Let's look at my example. As everybody knows, I've also been one of those guys that have been sucking this year. So yeah, it's been a bit embarrassing actually. But anyways, my lowest I managed to get was 13. So my current cap was 16. And I've been playing off the 16 with most of the year. And my Saga, as you can see, is actually slightly higher there. So My current actual Duckhook handicap calculates to 19, so I'll get the 19, and the 19 also becomes my cap, and so I get 3 shots extra at least. And then in this case, you'll see that then my Duckhook would probably become higher than my Saga. So if Saga is lower, so I'll probably end up playing my Saga. So yeah, as you can see, and as you can see, my average has been 28 points, which has been a bit horrid.
Not the best. Just to remind everybody, so it's taken from the 10 last games average. So that is where this calculation is, because if you're shooting 28 points on average, you are 8 shots off your capability of what you could be. Here's me, for instance. I get Zippo. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing. Because your lowest has been 15 and your current cap is higher than your current handicap, so then you'll remain the same and remain keeping your 18 handicap. And yeah, as we can see, your Saga still lower.
Don't forget, if you're on the chat line and you want to know what yours could probably be, let us know, and then I can kind of work it out. Donnie, because you're on the show, we've got to show you that you know what your story is, because your Saga is too low, so it's not really going to impact anything.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like it's weird. Like I said before, it's almost like I'm with the league games. I'm playing quite well there. So it's not a surprise that my Saga's the lowest, but at least I've got a cap of 4. So yeah.
You can become very bad, and if you when your average eventually gets to 4, that's as far as it can go for the year.
I just wish that medal at Modderfontein, then I might start 14.
Okay, we've got 2 here. Gerard says, what's happening to Ricky's handicap? And then Brian would like to know what his is. So while we talk, you can do your thing. What do we have coming up, boys? We've got a very classic. It's getting to that point. What do we see today? 48 days. Every time I blink, we've lost 10 days. So a lot of confirmation needs to happen, Fricky.
Yes, Mazza, let me build on that one. So there's a couple of guys that has put up their hands saying that they want to join. So we might actually get to 80 players stage. I'm waiting for 2 guys to confirm tomorrow. So yeah, at this 4 players actually for tomorrow. But yeah, overall, I mean, we have to do a cut off. I explained to the guys that by next week, well, actually this week, Saturday, I need to make the cutoff. So those guys that hasn't paid, hasn't confirmed, etc., or made a really, really big commitment to me by at least paying half of whatever that needs to be paid, I'll have to remove the guys. So unfortunately, they need to understand that it's shirts, it is accommodation, it's the obviously the placings where they're going to sleep, and who wants to be in the same houses, all that kind of stuff. That is very important for us to try and arrange, because that's basically a month and a little bit left for us to arrange all these things. So hopefully the guys do understand. Unfortunately, if it's like that, it is like that. We've had like 7 months actually here to get to that point. So yeah.
A lot of moving wheels, a lot of moving parts, should I say, gentlemen. So it's very important. 30 days to go. Depending on where that falls in the cycle of shows, we will do the Team Lukey versus Team Maz, and we'll spend the evening selecting our teams. But now, if we're on 80, that's going to be a long show to choose 80 people. Ryan, are you ready with one of them?
Yes, I see there's quite a few guys asking here, but what I'm going to do is the guys that are actually asking for their own, I'm going to concentrate on theirs, not the ones that are asking for someone else's. So I'm going to start with Brian. Brian, your lowest has been 16 and your current actual handicap is 19, although you already calculated onto your current handicap is on your cap 19. So you'll remain on your 19 and kept at 19 there, so that won't change. And then Eddie, I see, Eddie, you've also asked here, so your lowest was 22, which means you're currently at 25, although your actual handicap calculates to 29, so yours will become 29, and that will become your cap as well.
So he's gaining 4 shots?
He's gaining 4 shots, yes.
Okay.
And then Juliet, I won't look up yours just yet. Yours will change depending on the calculation, but because you don't have the Saga handicap as you're asking, you will still get 75%. So you will fall in the same bracket. If you do get high or anything like that, it will still go high or however the calculation goes, but you'll still be 75% on the final calculation. And then I see Jenny's asked for her one. Let's see what Jenny is.
I just quickly want to answer Riyadh. Riyadh, yours won't change. Yours actually should go down. I'm just saying that.
Jenny, your lowest was 28. I see it's calculated to 23. I just want to have a look here. But your cap is 25. Unfortunately, you won't get any shots. You will stay the same, and your cap will stay at 25 at this stage because you seem to be playing pretty well at this stage.
Yeah, playing on the mark.
I've got one more there. I
Yep.
see my old man asking there is he's going to go up. Unfortunately for the old man, you've hit an exceptional trigger. So probably once that exceptional trigger is out, you'll probably gain a shot or two or so. But you are stuck at the moment with your handicap. You might gain a shot or two, but yeah, until your exceptional trigger is out, you won't get much of an adjustment.
Okay.
Only after 10 games.
Yeah, so it's a 10-game thing. Gentlemen, we've been on for very long, so I want to take it as is and say that the handicaps will be in effect of August. If you want to know now what you're going to be, you're welcome to message Ryan personally if you have any questions. As always, handicaps is not a perfect science. It is a very, 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 very difficult thing. So we try our best to be as fair as possible. Last words, Fricky, Donnie, and Ryan. Smash them out.
Last word from me, guys. Enjoy the week. You must enjoy. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And please pay. Please.
Yes. The orders are all sitting there. Shirts, caps, blah, 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 blah. But you can't order it until the numbers are done because, it's either too little or too much. Ryan?
I just want to say cheers and everything, but before I do, I just want to let the guys know that I will be posting a sheet up onto their website below the current handicap sheet. I'll have this done by end of Friday so that you guys can see what your current handicaps are and what it'll be moved to. And then to answer Jaco Jacob's question very quickly, if your Saga is lower than your Duckhook handicap, you get penalized. No, that is not the case. You've probably had a look coincidentally on the example that we've had that it seems to be like that. We're just trying to show examples that if your Saga is lower, you will still play with your Saga. So that I think that guys are getting too many shots or anything like that. We're trying to keep it as fair as possible. Other than that, alrighty, cheerios, everybody.
And enjoy the rest of your birthday, what's left of it.
I will do.
D-Man?
Yeah, just that everybody has a good week. Playing golf tomorrow and Saturday, so can't wait for those. So yeah.
No invites coming this way. Right. As always, thank you for watching. It makes the effort worth it that you watch. A lot of effort goes into everything we do. Don't forget, share, like, all that stuff. Let's get what Duckhook really is out there. And don't forget, the classic is coming.
Just keep 'em running like you do. Still gonna overtake you. I'm all fired up, got something new. Nobody's gonna save you. Underdog, I'm breaking free. Thought I was nothing, but now you say
So if you want to come back to the Classic, I'll be here. See you next year.